Hey everyone, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. In today's video, I thought I would start on making a stone harvester. I have a wood harvester, which works pretty well. Do this one. Except, time-wise, it's not very efficient. You can either use the front to cut the trees, or your hammer, and then you have to turn around, get them into the back, and then wait for it to suck them in the back. Or you can run around and hit the trees down, most of them, and then you can weld the trees together and then suck them into the back that way. And I also have a trailer version, which works better for that. You just make a long line of trees, and it chews them up. But for rocks... Oh, I can also use this for trees with the other attachment. But either way, for rocks, I've pretty much the entire time I've played Scrap Mechanic, I've only used this thing, and I call it my cutter. It's designed to cut trees, cut rocks, and cut the ground when the time finally comes. I just think I'm gonna have to put another bearing there, perhaps? Or not bearing, another piston, which shouldn't be too hard. But either way, yeah, when using this to cut rocks, I either have to tow a trailer with resource containers on it, or I have to cut them all and then use my transport truck or my other mobile base and use that to refine it all. And then if you don't have those, you have to either carry it all to your refinery, which is lag and time consuming and blah blah blah. So on and so forth. So I wanted to try and make something that I could, I guess, just kind of back into things, or drive into things, and, or not things, but you know what I mean, the rocks, and harvest the rocks. So I'm going to grab what I feel like I'm going to need right away. I should probably grab the resource bin, or yeah, what's it called? I forgot. Resource collector, that's it. I'll put that there. Actually, I'm going to, yeah, I'll leave that like that, because that's my little chassis block. I could probably use controller, and then from there I'll just kind of go where I need to, aside from the engine, because I'm definitely going to need an engine and a motor. Engine and motor. There we go. Okay. So my first thought is to do what I usually do, and that's just the typical no more than 15 wide, and then pretty much just put some drills on the, that's what I forgot, the drill bits, and then pretty much just put the drills on the back, and then it can run into things, harvest them, and so on. But the drills need to be adjustable, like at least up and down. So I'm going to move that into the middle. I will go like so. And then that gives me my rough measurement for where the drills are going to be. And then I can use a piston, which is another thing I should have grabbed. I don't need the small chests, I don't know why I left those in. And then if I grab, oops, the piston, it can easily just be set up like so, and then put the chassis on from there, which I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3. Should I do the chassis by 3 or 5? What's the cozy like? I think this has a 5 wide. No, it's only a 3 gap in between. Interesting, okay. Then we go forwards. Oops. Like so. Now I can put the lift back under it, and it's not in the way anymore. Now I put on the resource collector, like so. And that will be able to obviously collect the resources as soon as they're broken. And then this will be able to adjust the height. So we shouldn't have any issues getting resources that are like on the ground and so on. I'm probably just gonna do the back of this the same way I did the wood harvester. And that's just with a simple, like a swing arm style suspension. Or I guess you could call it a swing arm. And then this also, oops. Yeah, it's fine. I just need to use this piece instead so that I can go like this and stop it from dropping out too far because there's no springs on the back. There will not be any springs. That should have been an elbow. This should support the weight of the back end decently. I will also be doing another set of wheels there, just like the wood harvester. Bring this back to there. So 1, 2, and then over. And there we go. There's one of the rear swing arms. This is so much simpler than the wood harvester. The wood harvester, I had to suck up the tree, cut it, everything. This, I just have to break some rocks with. And then if need be, I can always make a new truck for actually digging. There we go. I just kept losing count. Background noises are so distracting. Okay, oops. There we go. I thought I fell over. And that goes the one in front of the wheel, so right there to there. Like so. Jump! There we go. And then connect it on the same way as the other one. Okay, now the rear wheels are all on. Like so. I can use some glass for spacing. And then put on the refiners. My original idea for doing this, literally, was just going to be put a box around with a bunch of drill bits inside, but that's not really a good plan. Okay. And then I think this one might need to go over a little bit, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it even can really go over any. Nope. That is where it goes. Okay. Can get rid of the glass now. And that's pretty much the back end of the truck. It's nothing special. Like, literally, like I said, it's just got a kind of back into the rocks and pick them up and refine them before it gets too laggy. And then that just allows it to be adjustable to get all of the rocks. And then that, like I said, stops the axles or the wheels from dropping too far. I will put on the chests now in an orientation that they take up the same space. And then I guess I'll go like this. See what I mean? That doesn't fit like that. So I'm going to instead, I don't know what I could really do instead, because now that entire thing is offset a little bit. Did I actually center both of them or no? Oops. Because something tells me I didn't properly center them both. Okay, so that's where that one has to go. Okay. I guess that's just where they've got to go. So I will figure out something to do about the storage. Actually, you know what I could do? I don't like that. The weight's all gonna be like offset and weird. But we'll see. And then I don't know how much storage I really should put on it. I could put on a lot with this simple design right now, so I'm going to cut it down to this. And then do roughly the same thing that I did with the other one, except I'm not going to have it pivot in the middle, because that was just a pain in the butt. So this will be where all that ends, and then the main like front part of the chassis with the cab and everything will be right here. And then I guess I can put like the gas and stuff under the hood or on the side here or something. I will grab a normal driver's seat. Just one block in the middle. Oops. There we go. I'm also trying to keep a lot of this as compact as possible, because technically, since this can go up and down, I could use this for tunnels. I was working on a design the other day that was basically this, but excuse me, except for the back part automatically went up and down. So you just kind of set the truck to drive against the wall, and it would slowly dig out the wall. Okay, I need to figure out how I'm going to put on the front wheels. I can cut out that. I don't want to cut out too much. And then that should be in line. Actually, I can move that back one because of the height, because the wheel still has to go down by a block. Another thing I can do is use the front end to lift and lower the front end to adjust the angle when I'm digging with it, but I'm not really that worried. And then this has to go down by one, like I said, so spring. Or it's suspension, not spring. I'm playing this for how long and I still get that wrong. I'm just gonna do this really simple for now. I want to get the idea like out of my head so I could actually make it, and then we'll see how it goes. I am going to bring the chassis up by a block like so. Give the wheel more or the axle more room. And then I'm going to bring that off the back, like so. And then put these in just for now so it has a little less chance of like falling apart on me. If I get rid of the wrong part, that goes there. Just my simple straight axle suspension on it. Doesn't need to be anything special right now. I need normal metal block. Use the normal metal 1 block for the axle, because then it will keep the weight nice and low and help with handling and stability and all those things that don't really matter on a vehicle like this. I guess stability matters. When you're off-road, keep it nice and stable. Keep your weight low so it doesn't roll. And then under the hood, I can make it like a bullnose type thing, I think it's called. Where, ooh, the front end actually has to still go a little bit lower. Really? Okay, that's easy. I'll just go like this. Done. Lowered the front end. That's gonna really suck for off-roading, but whatever. Hopefully this plan works. And we go like that, and boop, there we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go with 4. And then I can probably stick the motor on the back somewhere. But yeah. No, it's gonna hang down too much. I'm going to put the motor back here on this little bit of frame that I'm gonna add in, because then it is out of the way and clearly for those that don't have bearings on them yet. That's on that one, and then that one is actually there. Wow, that's really heavy. That's kind of sad how weak those pistons are right now. Okay, make sure these turn the right way, and they do. On the wood harvester, I made it articulate in the middle to try and get a little bit better steering radius out of it. But it made it kind of weird. It's a little weird to drive, and it's really wiggly, and with how the bearings work in this, it's just, it wasn't really the greatest idea. Okay, it's not bad. It's really heavy. And then I need to switch for on off, and then those, the pistons. So that goes to that, which then goes to those. Like so. And then I want them all going in the middle, because then anything that falls on top of them will be directed to the middle. And then this one should go up. So if I drag this to that piston, it should bring it up, and then this one will bring it down. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna lift that up kind of out of the way. And then turn around. I'm just curious to see how long it'll take to actually get through the rock and do all of it. I don't think this rock here will be enough to fill it up. But just in case, I am going to put some more storage. So, and let's see. I'm also going to speed this up. And then, like I said, on the sides, in front of the back wheels or something, I could put on the battery holder and the gas tank, and see, it's not doing anything at the moment. There we go. So if I just keep backing up, what's gonna happen? That is way, way nicer than using the cutter. It could use better handling, so to be honest, I might just change out the back of the wood harvester, because literally the only difference is the very back of it, the part that does the cutting. So if I just change up the wood harvester to have this attachment on it, in survival, I think it'll be pretty much perfect. I wonder if there's a way I could do both. I could probably somehow manage to put drills on the bottom of the one for wood, but then it won't be able to go all the way down to get wood that's like all the way on the ground. So, I don't know. But this idea works so far. And that's the fastest I've ever taken out a crop of rocks and refined it. Like, just for example, this thing takes forever. Not to mention trying to figure out what button does what, because the front end is completely adjustable. There we go. Like with this one, you literally hit the wrong button every time. You just kind of go up to the rocks and poke at them and try to wiggle around and cut them all. And as you can see, this just takes a lot longer, so I'm kind of... turn off, there we go. Surprised that I ended up doing this cutter long before a design like this, but the cutter is also a very good vehicle to start out with. It can tow a small trailer, it's heavy, it's pretty tough, and it can be made really fast if you use an engine instead of an electric motor. But like I said, I mainly just wanted to try this idea. I'd like the back of this to also be more adjustable, and I would like to have an all-in-one resource vehicle. Another thing I could do is have it so that it cuts rocks on the back, and then the front cuts the trees somehow as they like go under the middle or something. I don't know, we'll get there. Eventually, I'll have the two separate like harvesters, and then I'll find a way to just, I don't know, squish them together. But for now, any advice, any tips or tricks, let me know. Any ideas, and any questions, feel free to ask. But as usual, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.